go back out, go back in, and then Alistar locked in.
That was great. I need a signed copy of that later. I'm going to find you after the game.
That is great.
All right, so the Alistar engage for Isles here.
Flash being down, the Ignite will be coming up sooner. The wave's in a good spot for him to reset and teleport back, though.
Damage on the Henna right now as Lions will push Isles back. Nice damage trade, and Henna might actually fancy himself a fight here. Flashes forward, first blood to Henna! Yeah, I think, yeah, that Scuttle should just give it to him right there. Boom.
Yep, he's heading up to see.
Good timing on this game.
Okay, flash forward with the ultimate Licorice, the benefactor of that one.
I mean, it's interesting that this is just going to end up being a trade that Lyon essentially chose. I do see this a little bit more with Cloud Drake being the first Drake. It will be more deprioritized than other Drakes, so it doesn't surprise me that we're 9 minutes in before the first Drake goes down.
It will eventually go down because, like you said, trade, but a very delayed trade. Audioland's going to get back to the...
In a really, really good position as we see Lions and Audi potentially looking for something in the mid.
Saint holding the charm for right now. Gets a flash and still lands it! Kaney flashing direct.
Bit of flashing the straight line, to be completely honest.
But back's alive. Maybe Licorice in some trouble here. Shaden does come in to try and help out in the 2v1. Shaden gets the kill, but Saint teleported in to turn the play. That's one down. Saint can look for more. Flashes over. The seismic shot straight into Surdy. Double kill to Saint. And Surdy losing the ability to push that wave in as well.
And I think the question for how Dig is supposed to win this game is where can they play off of? And this is where the Talia comes in.
Yeah, still on Surdy in the side lane with the backup of Kaney. That's another on the board for
early Drake stacking that Dignitas could have had. In the meantime, they will have Surdy pressuring down that top
he might just
tier 1. Yeah,
I mean, Jack's alone in the side lane. He's taking that very fast. I like this call from Dignitas. They already got the early dragon. They're not giving too many over to Lion, so...
have on this game.
Yeah. Recently buffed Malignance as well. First item picked up.
And Kaney is TPing into a position where they could still set up for a fight with that Talia wall.
Isles a little caught off from the rest of the team, and he doesn't have the ultimate available, so instead he goes on Henna. No flash on the AD carry, but a savior play from Lions. Shaden will take down Henna. Dignitas take down the support. It doesn't matter that Lions threw his life for his AD carry. That's 2 kills. Dignitas win the play.
Yeah, and you could see that setup coming in from that teleport, right? The Talia was getting into position offside, so a really nice move from Dignitas again after they got the Herald, after they won that team fight. You know, Herald mid for
Just something I've been noticing. Ooh, Tomo actually gets a little window here all alone in the mid lane to just take a free outer turret. That's pretty big.
I mean, listen, Lion is
Respect that, jumps away. No turret taken yet.
Yeah, I mean, with no flash for Surdy, he's not allowed to push alone here. And Isles still making a play as Surdy was recalling.
Yeah,
Audioland ambitious.
Is pretty healthy, though. Still a lot of health. And now Saint on the flank. The Ahri coming in, trying to make the hero play yet again for the team. Isles could be in some trouble. Can't quite link up with the rest of the team, but instead, they catch Saint out of sorts as the rest of Lion leave him to dry.
These fights are crazy because that was a fight where Surdy fully recalled, teleported back in, and Dig still managed to win. They might dive.
Yeah, there's 4 members of Lion here, but we have a wave coming in. We're proxying the next wave. Lion are going to have to try and defend this if Dig want to pull the trigger.
I mean, maybe they try and kill the turret first. No, they can't get it.
This would be bold to go for. Yeah, Henna is full health. He's just walking up to take on Tomo. I think that should be play over for Dig as Surdy now jumps back to the rest of the team. Flash from Henna. Kaney looks to capitalize, dodges out. Start this one as Kaney and Surdy are nearby, but Shaden's on the other side. He's going to have to get here pretty fast.
Yeah, he's pulled off the Drake.
They're burning it down, and Lion, there's going to be no smite contest here. Audi, clean smite, claims the objective. Now maybe Dignitas looking for the fight afterwards. Audi Lane taking up a lot of damage to start things off here. Saint getting chunked as well. Now Shaden's come in. Flash engage from Lions. Lands on a 2. Licorice driving the back line. Henna gets the first kill on the Isles as it's just CC on the Licorice for days. He does go down. Dignitas try and equalize something. Shaden jumps in for more. He's quite healthy, but he's charged up. CC'd. Double kill to Saint.
I'm willing to bet Shaden didn't expect the Sejuani ult.
Yeah. They're absorbing the engage from Isles, and he just got poked out immediately. Now back to live. Lion will not only win the fight, they'll get a dragon.
Yep, and that's big because it, again, equalizes the dragon stacking. That objective was what Shaden actually pulled off of to end up trying to contest that Otacon after the fact, and now Saint is going to be able to get this tier 1 bot turret down as well. A window of opportunity to end up pushing down this tier 1 mid. finally, and then potentially rotate down.
Right now, and it's a game of chicken since they are on the Baron. Dig ends up winning by face checking, and not getting engaged on.
And meanwhile, Lions has been looking for a flank this entire time.
This is more of a game of chicken. Jackson's doing the Drake now.
Watch for the Nico. It's not action. Ari Audilane goes in. Tomo jumps over the wall. That means that Lyon into the waiting arms. But Kaney's there to back up. Lions goes to the stasis. There's another flank from Saint as Ari picks up one. And another one over to Licorice. Well played the Lion and their mid laner.
Yeah, and Lions, as we see if they're going to be able to clean up Surdy on the backside of this. Surdy might end up taking that route. Yeah.
All right.
Just as I was about to praise him, I do think that setup from Lions was really good, right? Because you saw him trying to look for an angle on mid. They didn't get it. They played the Baron dance. He was waiting the entire time to be able to get that Pop Blossom off, lands it onto Tomo, and ends up taking Tomo out.
And everyone's working with imperfect information here. So Dig is
able to get those 2 Drakes off the back of also getting those large objectives in Otacon and then Baron, and this should give them really good setup to start pushing in towards Dignitas' base.
And now a 4,000 gold lead as well. Everything working out for Lyon here. How many turrets can they take with this Red Bull Baron power play is the question on my mind. That's one to go down.
At least
they can look for the mid turret. It's fun to ask a question as the answer is like immediately in front of you.
I know it's at least one.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe 2.
Yeah, as we see Saint setting up.
Dig might fight here because
Charm down.
The times that you look for fights when you're the team defending the siege is when the other team is Talia. So now that he's pushed, he's hovering into jungle, and that's when the rest of Lyon approaches this. So this is how they avoid getting engaged on and probably get this turret.
Ooh, Glacial Prison thrown onto Surdy. And the charm does not land. So Lyon, they thought about maybe going for a dive. Now the engage from Dignitas, pouncing onto Saint. Lion's doing what he can to try and keep it up, but what a flick from Kaney. They're pulling back 2 members. Dignitas are finding their play, capitalizing on an overextended Lyon.
And that, to me, honor goes to Isles. He just absolutely found that snap engage onto the Ari, didn't get charmed, didn't get juked on it, and this is going to be a nearly full wipe.
Desynced Death Timers as they will catch Henna. He won't even use the summoner spells. That's a shutdown to Shaden.
Clean that up now, pushing down on that tier 2 mid turret. Almost gets it.
Yeah, that's always a question.
Classic. Hit 2 of the 3 Talon strikes, then E onto the Ari and get the 3rd.
Dignitas, you got to keep track of the support.
Yeah, Licorice trying to retake this zone. If they manage to move in and take this Drake, it is sold. We're going to see a fight.
Licorice goes into the stasis. Isles jumps in, trying to tank up as the Alistar, but he just does not have enough health. Saint on the flank yet again onto Kaney, but he gets out of their line. Flashing forward, Pop Blossom out to 2, but now he's turned back on Surdy to the stasis. Kaney with another flick. Surdy flashing forward. You just can't stop this guy. Surdy with the pop-off play of the split. Double kill to Shade and Dig win the fight.
What a turnaround there by Dignitas. Isles gets 1 shot, but then Kaney has the massive flip, and Surdy probably spent 10 seconds at 10 health before actually dying at the end of that fight. They're going to try and push for a bunch here. They're foregoing the Drake to get gold from the turrets.
Yeah, they should
or
be
the end?
I mean, they might just go for it. Let's see if Dignitas won it.
Kaney's no TP and no health.
30-second death timers on anybody that matters. It's only going to be a flashless, healless, ultless Nico. Dignitas think they have a victory in their sights. They're going to go for the upset.
This is close.
Expectations said Lions take this one easy, but expectations be damned. Dignitas strike first in game number 1.
What a finish there by Dignitas.
That's exactly what we've been wanting to see from Dignitas in so many of these games. They would find
anti-engage with Azaya with her own ultimate available, so that means you can dodge out things like the Maokai, things like the Rel. Congratulations on this weekend's bucket earner. I have their sign here as well. They did make one. If you want to get a bucket at the studio, make sure you have your own.
I do want to revisit that mid lane now with Saints flash down in a bit.
Yeah, and I gotta say, as much as I love the idea of early ganks from junglers, this is the downside. If you don't pull off the gank, if you don't get Dignitas to take 2 grubs, and Audilane won't even look for the smite steal on the 3rd, that is all 3 picked up.
It's going to be a nice bonus.
Let's lock in some Pike, let's lock in some Pantheon. One of those is in the meta right now, kind of. Being played by the jungler right now. And speaking of, Shaden going for the Grand Starfall on the Licorice in the side lane. That is first blood.
Up there, Licorice has no teleport, and they should be able to take probably all this turret.
Yeah, they'll be able to get this tier 1 turret down, especially with
Not
those.
all of it.
No.
Yeah?
I mean, with the grub, I think they might have been able to, but they don't want to just completely throw it. And Saint was walking up there, so okay. And I love seeing this too. You don't have to rush it. Let it take out some of the CS away from your opponent here. Make sure that you're up.
He's also waiting for the next wave to get a little deeper.
They now don't have that Maokai set up for this Rift Herald. They do have a lot of damage on it.
Could be a fight. Jace TP.
And here we go. Engaging, and Shaden with the steal on the Herald. Dignitas, can they win the fight afterwards? Isles already goes down, but Tomo repositioned with the rest of the team. Licorice on the flank. Can't find much more. That's 1 kill picked up. Curtain call, but Dignitas aren't burning it fast.
Yeah, watch for Audi with the Maokai ultimate on the side, and then Lions for the engage. This is going to be a fight.
Nature's Grasp used. It's going to, again, tanked up only by Isles. Just barely hits Kania, and now Equalizer on top. Shaden's back into the pit, but he's all alone. No flash available. If Lyon just pounce on him, he could be in trouble. Grand Starfall, he gets out of there! Jumps out of the pit. Emergency ejection. As the dragon does go down.
Necessarily have eyes on the rest of them. Could be a trap. They really want to get the gold on this turret, so Isles comes over.
And Surdy being the bait right now. Kanie's still in the brush. They just blow up Licorice. Dignitas with another kill and another turret.
Baited and outsmarted
the map
there.
as dark as possible, and then set up this split push with Surdy on the Jace, right? Like, make it super uncomfortable for Lyon to be able to get.
Maybe it's just a 50-50 attempt from Adilan.
I think Dick saw him recalling those, so they're just going to try and burst it.
Yep, Lion's no longer there. Curtain call pulls up. Shaden guarantees the take on the dragon. Nature's Grass used. Tomo taking a lot of damage, though, from the curtain call, and Dignitas could be in some trouble now. Lions with the engage. Shut down for Licorice. That's 2 that fall. Make it 3 as Isles is in a lot of trouble. Does Saint pick it up? There it is. 3 over to Lion.
What happened to the health bars, man? That was the strangest.
Nature's Grasp goes out. Shaden explodes. Lions ends up being able to get his CC down onto Tomo. And then Saint is just kind of doing damage across the back half of this fight the entire time. That will now give them Otacon as well.
Sad that they lost Drake.
Reaction.
Happy that they won the fight. Stressed
right now, it's the Baron dance here. 26 minutes in as another Nature's Grass goes out. Isles yet again going to tank that one up just fine. But he's getting poked and actually taking a lot of damage. That's Equalizer down. 2 ultimates, and the curtain call will catch him. 3 ults invested. Lyon get a kill.
This is Lyon just knowing that there's no one on Dig who's allowed to get hit by Maokai ultimate. As soon as you do, they're going to chain down the rest of the damage. Still at a gold deficit, but completely, I believe, but he's still just not.
And now he's face checking a brush, so a bit of a caster curse here as Kanie gonna find himself hunted by Lyon. There's Grand Starfall knocked back with a Bramble Smash. Shaden cannot get the kill on the Licorice, but Adi, you gotta be careful here.
Probably
be respectful. Ooh, twist advance to dodge out on the Q. Lions as well. That's flash out of Shaden. From bad to worse for Dignitas. He's slowed down. Lion's gonna get the flick back, but no, Shaden. He had the E come back up, get some moves, trying to make things goofy here, looking for the flank as the Rakan. Lion trying to hold the line. Lion's there, and they secure the Dragon. That is Dragon's soul. Now, do they take the fight afterwards? Curtain call from Henna, slowing down Shaden as the rest of Lion. Pack tactics. Group up together, take the fight front to back. They get 1, and Nature's Grasp is going to catch out Isles. And what a crash down from Lions. Double kill to Adilan. Almost a sweep of a fight as Tomo has to use the Feather Storm. Still falls. Clean ace to Lion.
It's been looking good.
Yep. Now Saint going to take out a tier 2 turret in the bottom side, as with this Red Bull Baron power play, another Nature's Grasp goes out. Isles yet again takes it up. This time it also hits Tomo. He has to cleanse, and that is just a dead bird on my screen. Isles goes down again, as Lyon now curtain called once again, pushing the wave bot side. Focus on that bot Nexus turret. Dignitas got to pull something out of the bag here in a 4v5 defense, but so far, it's only 3 of them. Shaden's not even there. Maybe he's looking for the ult angle, but he just can't quite find it. Lyon are going to bounce back in this one as Shaden jumps onto the back line looking for Licorice, but he's taken out of there. Lyon bounce back. The cornered animal is the most dangerous, and Lyon are bringing us to game number 3.
We talked about the team fight execution. This was also team comp execution. They waited for the right power spikes. They stacked Drakes the whole time, and once they were online, the game was over.
Yeah. I mean, that was
Italy hover, potentially for Shaden, but
Whoa!
no, okay. Blocking
This is why he's laughing. This is why he's laughing. What is this? It's the Olaf jungle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, I mean, talk about Merc Treads. You don't need Merc Treads if you have an old...
in the meta. She also has just the ability to get to team fights quickly, right?
Ooh,
as we see.
Saint damage onto Kaney, but Kaney's actually walking forward rather than behind, so the only way out is back in. Doesn't have the damage, though, and that is first blood to Lions.
He's going to be going early Merc Treads because the value is going to be so insane for the CC reduction on this team. As that gank happened mid, they've now thrown 2 full ganks towards him. That gives his team the Drake. So because the kill went to Nautilus...
Dig get set up, so really smart take from them, recognizing when they could get in there.
As we slow from the zap, button. Potentially.
I'm going to go back and check.
Yeah. Take a look. But either way, Tomo will not have those abilities. As Dragon's coming up in 10 seconds, this is a great window for Lyon to actually go for something. But Tibber's not available for Santis. He's in the pit. No flash. Gets a stun onto 3.
Boy.
But Isles with Tomo just push all of Lyon off of the objective. But they want more. In go Dignitas. But Lullaby on the 3 members. Adiland just turns the play on its head. Licorice joins in, and he's able to pick one up as well. The top laner's trying to get some action done here. And a flash forward from Surdy. He's pulling back. Licorice locks down. Do they have the damage all out used? He's still fine. Cold-to-Meek to get the heal. And Henna goes over the wall. Tomo's down. Lions traded. Henna, can you get away? Kaney looks to chase down. Does not have flash available anymore. So, like you said, the Feat of Warfare picked up. And now another Dragon here for Dignitas.
Yeah, the big thing here is Dig are still able to go in and get this Drake. We talked about how important early Drake stacking was in the last game, right?
Actually get past to the Braum, especially with the misfortune behind them. You want to use your engage onto the MF to stop that ultimate, but now Lions could just be caught out of position, has no flash available. The Braum passive stuns him up, and there's Ragnarok. He's just dead. Lions caught out of sorts as Dignitas will now look to turn their attention onto this Herald. Does Adiland want to look for the Smite steal? Getting the move speed stacked up here, throwing out those swirled seeds, walking up, doesn't find it. That is Herald secured.
The Herald mid. Again, they should be able to get this turret down and then also have first prio over that Drake, right? And it's just, they have such...
So, happy you highlight that. Adiland could be the hero, as now it's a pick on the Isles. First it was Lions by the Herald, now it is Isles who's in trouble. Flashes to safety, burns down to the Lilia. Tomo under, turret cleanses nothing. Hannah picks up the kill.
Stops that Drake stacking, right, from Dignitas, so they're not going to be on as early of a point as Lion were when they were kind of forcing Dig into their teamfight composition last game.
Ooh, Licorice mid. Surdy sees him. No vision from Lyon around the Otacon, and that is a secured objective to Dignitas.
Yeah, completely uncontested, and the only thing that they might lose for it is this top tier 1, right? So that's definitely something that Dignitas will take, especially with Otacon now, again, as a reminder, being a permanent buff.
Licorice, yes, he does get this turret. At least it's an answer for Lyon. I want to take this moment to just get a breath in because, oh, no, we don't get it. Hannah going all in onto Tomo yet again. That's another flash from the misfortune. Hannah can't quite hit the damage, but the dredge line from Lyon secures item here because you're already doing a lot of damage right now.
They are looking for a play onto Henna.
Oh, yeah, Henna actually has to jump over the wall. Kaney locking him down, and Henna's all alone. Uses the lightning crash, trying to take the 1v1 versus Kaney. Has Lions behind him, and Henna finds someone. That's a teleport in from Surdy into 2 members of Lyon. Sane trying to lock him down with Adiland. Flashes forward all out onto Licorice. The escape tool is found as Adiland goes in, lilting Lullaby on the multiple members with a bullet time. Takes out Adiland. Dignitas hold their setup. It could be a different story.
Yeah, Annie is still mid too, so she'll probably be, if
as
they
the
do want to fight this, backing and then, oh, no, she's just going to TP right into the back half of it, but Dragon's already down.
Yeah, I mean, that Dragon's secured, so Lyon kind of lost their window to try and fight.
They did. It's not Soul yet, and Henna did get individual gold from the turret, so I think it's something that Lion's okay with. If they tried to brute force their way into Braum, they probably would have ran it down, so they might even get 2 turrets out of this, as the map is split, MF mid.
Dignitas not able to get in there to stop it. So yeah, okay, making best of a rough situation. Lion will get 2 turrets for their trouble. Tomo's trying to get this mid turret in response and actually does do it.
These misfortunes.
Yeah.
That's what she's getting. Already kind of been set up. Kaney is going to be able to knock down this top tier 1.
Deeper run in that lower bracket, if we want to call it that. But this time around, we full expectation. Lion were the more improved team, and now they're finding a pick on the Isles. But the bullet time over the top, they can't kill Braum fast enough. Lion's in trouble, flashes away. Surdy trying to front line here, as he will flash as well. Nobody goes down.
So we got to see what ultimates are down. No heal or Braum.
If they can get this,
it's got to be a flip. He's got to flash for it.
Adiland's going to try and look for the seal. Instead, he goes in for the ultimate lullaby with the multiple members, but he just can't get it down. He went into the stasis too early, as now he's taken out of the fight. Tomo gets the kill to kick things off here, as Lion are going to have to find something. Flash stun from Saint, but shut down from Henna. Double kill to Tomo. Lion are still winning the fight. Licorice goes in despite the quadra kill to Tomo. Licorice is getting it done, as Isles will fall. Everyone's died left and right. Licorice going to the dragon. I think he's going to get 8 resets.
No.
Are you kidding me? Nobody gets the objective at the end of the fight.
I thought Isles was going to
right
Lullaby
back.
did land, but it really only affected Isles because Tomo had the cleanse and then the stun onto Surdy. But now we're back to live here. Dragon's already under half health. Dignitas just get it. Lion cannot stop it.
Get an all-in fight. Maybe Henna can keep their season alive.
Lion need to make it happen right here, right now. No flash on Henna, but the Lightning Crash is available this time around. Bullet time used, but not to great effect. Glacial Fissure down as well. That's 2 big ultimates from Dignitas, but they're still on the Baron. They get it. Lion now
joining him, well, except for Surdy, who's going to be pushing in this mid wave. And MF should be able to take these pretty quickly, especially with Baron up minions.
Yeah, Cleanse will be back on Tomo really soon. Flash probably about 30 seconds away as well. Very aggressive play by Tomo. He got so much gold from that quadra kill. He was so far behind. And now he's 64 gold up on Henna.
with the QSS, another outplay button onto Adiland. Adiland's job's only getting harder as another engage onto Isles. There's the Lightning Crash. Tomo was just taken out of the fight. Very low on the misfortune. Barely gets out of there.
Henna's still pretty strong.
Yeah.
If this was not your reminder, my goodness. That was 2 hits.
Yeah, that should
2 hits.
stymie the push a bit. Audi is going to be able to potentially clear out this mid wave. Although, there we go. There's the Ocean Soul.
He's back.
And the Bloodthirster in action. Tomo is now back to full health.
Yeah, did not have to reset. Still able to continue the siege with the rest of Dignitas, but again, no Lightning Crash for Henna means that Lion, they can't really fight.
It really feels like without Zeri ultimate, Dig is a bit unstoppable. They can go wherever they want. They're just going to go collect this mid wave and probably try and open up the second inhibitor.
Can they get the first, though? They actually...
Yeah.
Yeah, with this cannon minion hitting it. 1 more, 2 more autos. It was 2.
Yeah.
There we go.
Moving over to the mid lane. Still no Lightning Crash, so Lion just has to concede it.
Yeah.
It's going to be up soon, though. They'll have it for a Nexus defense. So Dignitas, they cannot use the Baron to end the game, but they're going to use the Realm Warp to just rotate towards the bottom lane.
This is a really, really nice use of that Rise ult, right?
Yep.
To continue to chew through these turrets. Really, really limiting the options for Lion now.
Licorice! He just walked up to try and stop Bags and just gets destroyed.
I mean,
All right, Dignitas, they're at the precipice. All the work that went into this year, all the effort, the blood, the sweat, the tears. It could come down to one final fight. Lightning Crash from Henna, but he's knocked up to start things off. Braum's shield keeping everybody safe. Henna's ultimate will go on cooldown. Licorice trying to dive forward, and there goes Adiland looking for the big sleep. Lands onto 2. Katie pulled back in with the hook, but he goes into stasis. Shaden diving the backline, and Shaden is making magic happen. Licorice gets 1, does go down. Dignitas have claimed 4. It's only Adiland left alive. Making pelts out of Lions. Dignitas, get it done! 1 more push, and they're bound for playoffs. Adiland cannot stop. Can only watch as the Nexus falls. Dignitas win the series!
What a game by Dignitas. Playing with their food at the end. It didn't seem like they'd be able to do it, but they are playoff bound.
Playoff bound, Dig. Not the expected result of that series.